What if I told you that the Social Security increase everyone is talking about could either strengthen your retirement for life, or quietly cost you more than you expect? Right now, headlines are promising a permanent historic raise. But before you celebrate, you need to understand what's real, what's exaggerated, and how changes to your monthly check can trigger Medicare premiums, taxes, and long-term claiming decisions. Because when it comes to Social Security, misunderstanding the details is where people lose money. If you are interested in this topic, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will give you a heart. There is nothing that captures attention faster than the phrase, historic permanent increase. For seniors living on fixed incomes, those words carry emotional weight. Groceries are higher. Utilities are higher. Insurance is higher. Everything feels like it's moving up except the monthly check many retirees rely on. So when people hear about a structural change to Social Security benefits, not just a one-time stimulus, not just a small cost of living adjustment, it feels like long overdue recognition. But here is where clarity matters. Social Security benefits are calculated using a formula based on your highest 35 years of earnings, adjusted for wage growth. Each year, retirees receive a cost of living adjustment, COLA, based on inflation data, specifically the Consumer Price Index. Historically, many retirees have felt that this index doesn't reflect real-world senior expenses, especially healthcare. So when discussions emerge about changing the inflation formula to better reflect senior spending patterns, that feels like progress. A recalibration. A structural improvement. Now imagine this scenario. Someone receiving $1,800 per month sees an adjustment that moves their benefit to $2,100. That's $300 more monthly. That sounds transformative. $3,600 more per year feels substantial. For many households, that covers property taxes, medical copays, or basic home repairs. But here's the key, any increase to Social Security becomes your new base benefit. That's important. Because future COLAs compound off that higher number. If inflation rises 3% next year, it applies to the new base. That's the snowball effect people get excited about. The idea of a permanent recalculation is powerful because it suggests a shift in how the system values retirees' real costs. And psychologically, that gives retirees something they haven't felt in a while, breathing room. But before anyone assumes this is automatic, universal, or free of trade-offs, we have to address the second perspective. Because every benefit increase interacts with other parts of the system. And that's where people can get caught off guard. Here's what most headlines don't emphasize: when your Social Security benefit rises, other parts of your financial picture may shift with it. First, Medicare. Most retirees have Medicare Part B premiums automatically deducted from their Social Security check. Those premiums are income sensitive. If your income crosses certain thresholds, you may pay an income-related monthly adjustment amount, IRMAA. So let's say your benefit increases significantly. That increase may raise your combined income enough to move you into a higher Medicare premium bracket. Suddenly, your Part B premium jumps. Now, there is something called the hold harmless provision, which protects many retirees from seeing their Social Security check decrease due to Medicare premium increases. But that protection has limits. And if your income rises enough, you could still feel the effect. Next, taxes. Social Security benefits can be taxable depending on your combined income, Social Security plus other income like pensions, IRA withdrawals, or part-time work. For individuals, between $25,000 and $34,000, up to 50% of benefits taxable. Above $34,000, up to 85% taxable. For couples, between $32,000 and $44,000, up to 50% taxable. Above $44,000, up to 85% taxable. Here's the catch: those income thresholds have not been adjusted for inflation in decades. So if your Social Security benefit rises meaningfully, you might cross into taxable territory for the first time, or see more of your benefits taxed. It doesn't mean you lose the increase. But it means the net gain may be smaller than the gross number being advertised. Then there's the claiming strategy question. If you're 62 and deciding when to file, a higher benefit base changes the math. Claiming early still reduces your benefit permanently. But that reduced percentage is now calculated on a larger base. If you wait until full retirement age, or even age 70, your delayed retirement credits apply to the higher amount, making waiting potentially even more valuable. So the increase doesn't just affect current retirees. It changes the strategy conversation for those approaching retirement. And for those on SSDI or SSI, the situation adds another layer. Disability benefits follow the same general calculation framework. So increases apply there as well. But SSI is income sensitive. If your disability benefit rises significantly, your SSI portion may adjust. Again, not necessarily a loss, but a recalibration. And finally, scammers. Anytime major benefit changes hit the news, fraud explodes. Phone calls, texts, emails, fake letters claiming you must verify information to unlock your increase. You never pay to receive a Social Security increase. It is automatic. The only safe place to verify information is through your official Social Security account. A permanent increase to Social Security benefits sounds simple. More money. More stability. Long overdue. And in many ways, it is a positive development. A higher base benefit strengthens long-term security. It compounds with future COLAs. It acknowledges that retirees face real economic pressure. But Social Security does not exist in isolation. Medicare premiums adjust. Tax thresholds exist. Income brackets matter. Claiming strategies shift. SSI offsets may apply. The real opportunity isn't just in the increase itself. It's in understanding how it interacts with everything else. Because the retirees who benefit the most are not the ones who react emotionally to headlines, they're the ones who understand the system. In retirement, clarity is leverage. And when it comes to Social Security, knowing how the pieces fit together protects your income far more than any single announcement ever could.